Hi, this is Kerry Artek with Wicked Stocks bringing you the daily Tesla report for Wednesday, November 9th, 2022. Another down day on Tuesday, following really a sell signal that played out a week ago today, a week ago Wednesday, last Wednesday. We closed back below this 214.94 descending channel top structure. Prior to that, a week earlier, we had closed above it, setting off a 2 to 3 week buy signal. And having closed back below it, closing back below such a classic formation was itself an indication of bearish continuation, which we've been anticipating now into this zone of long-term support. We're closing in on it, getting very close to testing it. And in fact, I think this will be the last time I show this 214.94 channel top because it's lost its relevance as a resistance area, but nonetheless was a beautiful indicator for continued weakness that we're seeing play out presently. Let's talk about the day itself. Before I jump into that, just want to encourage you to please click like and subscribe. Clicking like really does help us out a great deal on the Wicked Stocks YouTube channel in being found by people who search for Tesla and Apple analysis. We're also doing the Apple report as well. And subscribing to the Wicked Stocks YouTube channel will provide you notification each and every time new content has been uploaded, at least 2 videos a day now. And please share the content, if you would, with friends and colleagues. Let's talk about the day itself. I've got intraday support and resistance, tradable levels, 187.42 downside, 198.58 upside. And let's take a look at the 187.42, nothing more than the trend line off these lows. We broke below that yesterday. It was in the 188 handle, and I had it as a session containment level. It didn't take a lot of heat if you did buy it and got a decent bounce. But we're still right there, easily in reach today. 187.42 able to contain intraday weakness, and 198.58. Where are you? Here we are. 198.58 is that low, that spike low from the middle of October, and that is our intraday resistance. So we could trade inside the 187.42 to 198.58 region for a good part of the day. This market, though, still remains heavy, and if we break 187.42 today, then the targeted 181.14 to 172.73 region, this band of long-term channel support, would be in reach, where we could bottom out not only for the week, also through the month and the rest of the year, and perhaps even through the first quarter of next year. This is a long-term, 1-year channel structure that you can see well shown here on this weekly chart. The weekly levels are a little different, and so you can see the 172.94 to 181.05 area in close correlation with a long-term 5/8 downside Fibonacci. A is that March 2020 COVID low against B, the November all-time high. So this is a big area able to contain quarterly, possibly annual selling pressures. And from here, Tesla can recover nicely into early next year. And we'll be covering that on a day-to-day basis, certainly. I'm not going to go, I haven't really scoped it out thoroughly, but I do need to get busy in terms of what if we do close this week below 172.73. I'll get on that here. I'll have that for Friday's analysis, provided we haven't rallied significantly from this area. Just so you know, a wickedstocks.com membership delivers regular daily video analysis in the SPY and Triple Q, weekly video analysis in the S&P 500 index, the NASDAQ 100 index, and a U.S. Treasury ETF, and 2 individual stock pick videos every week. Check out our other content by clicking the link below. Let's talk upside again today, and this sort of shows it well. If we push or open above 198.58, we should rally up to 207.66. 207.66 is, if you can see it here, is an intermediate channel bottom that I think offers decent resistance through the rest of the week. It's in close correlation with this 206.85 low. There's also a low here back in June, around 208.60, as I recall. I have it labeled on another chart. And so 207.66 really sort of fits right in the middle of these 2 significant lows. And I do think it warrants the 2-star status. In other words, able to contain 2 to 3 day highs if tested today. And once again, pushing through 198.58, I think a short cover rally to 207.66 is likely. where we can top out through the rest of the week and fall off from there, perhaps back to new lows within several days. I will say, though, that if we close above 207.66, we have got a good low for the week, and we should, within 3 to 5 days, quite possibly within 2 to 3 days, continue on up to 231.25. This is a new descending channel top. I think I've got it better illustrated here. Yes, 231.25, and you can see it also is in close proximity to a new descending 1/3 speed line projected off that August high. And there are two significant highs here on this chart as far as I'm concerned. There's that which is over the last few months from this August pullback high against this recent low. And then you also, of course, have the all-time high from last November, but we're not going there yet. A new descending 1/3 speed line off of that would be probably in the mid-260s right now. But what am I saying here? If we close above that 207.66 channel bottom I showed a moment ago, this 231.25 area becomes a 3 to 5 day objective. May see it much sooner, where we could top out through the rest of November and from there fall off again and continue south into this zone of long-term support between 172.73 and 181.14. If we were, over the next week or two, to settle above 231.25, then we have a 1 to 2 week buy signal into the mid-260s where the market can top out through the rest of the year. Trying to think if there's anything else to say. I don't know what else there might be. I'll once again show this chart here, and that is the 198.58. If we push through it, 207.66 in reach. And once again, below 187.42, we should then reach this targeted 172.73 to 181.14 area where we can bottom out through the rest of the year and even through Q1 of next. And I think that that is really all that needs to be said for today's Tesla Report. Please click like each and every time you watch the Tesla Report. I'll be back tomorrow with Thursday's report, and you have a good evening.